News is we've got service history as well, guys. Not full, but not bad. Yeah, we're gonna have this Ferrari. And look at that. They put a sump pan on it. While we've been flipping the I10 and the Punto, we have carried on bidding on stuff. We've won a Kia Rio 2009 with 67,000 miles on. I won it for £400. Another I10 from Mannheim. This is a 2013 with 100,000 miles on it. I paid £800 for this. So Adrian and I are on our way up to Bristol to collect these two cars, and we have the best weather for it. It is absolutely caning it down. And this is probably going to be the day that we're going to have one of them break down as well. You know it when it's pouring with rain like this. Nice positive outlook. BCA Bristol. First up we've got the Rio. Now, this is a grade 4. Looking at it, I don't know why though. The bodywork is excellent. I'm looking for scrapes on bumpers. I've got no scrapes on any bumpers. I've got no dents in it. Any of those things. And they said this is a grade 4. It's pretty damn mint. Even the alloys are in good nick. I mean, there's a hole in the carpet here. Interior is in good nick. There's no rips or tears. Carpets are a little bit dirty. But I mean, she started up straight away. She's running nicely. She's got an auxiliary and a USB input, CD player, air conditioning, so specs good. Interesting. I don't know why they scored it so low. I've seen much newer stuff with this and more damage on it scored higher than this. Let's have a quick look at the engine and stuff. Beneath the engine, it's not particularly clean, but oh, dropped the dipstick, but it's not bad. Stick the oil off the dipstick a second. Right, let's see where we are with that. I mean, initial signs with that oil look really quite clean. Yeah, it looks to be at the right level, and the oil's really clean. So it's good on that front. Coolant is over here. And that's at the right level. So let's check the colour. I think it might be a green coolant on this. The coolant's the right level. It started up as soon as I got in it. No problems at all. That looks clean. So I'm happy with everything on that front. News is we've got service history as well, guys. Not full, but not bad. 13, 15, 16, 17. Judging by the colour of the oil in the car, it's got to have had some more services, but I'm alright with that. I'm happy with that. Anyway, let's stop nadering up. Let's get it on a trailer. Okay, all loaded up. So we're on to get the little Hyundai now. Adrian and I looked over this again. We still can't work out why it's grade 4. I mean, the bodywork on it is better than pretty much anything I think I've ever bought. It, you know, there isn't even any real colour. There aren't any evidence of it being sprayed. All the colours are the same over as well, and the headlights are super clear, and the lower spots are super clean. I haven't looked how many owners it's had now, but it isn't many. But yeah, I'm happy with that so far. I think it's $580 including the fees. Paid $400, $580 including the fees. Adrian's cost to get back split between the two cars will be in about $620, something like that. It's a £1,400 car, I thought. So, second car from Mannheim. We've got the little 2013 I10 Hyundai. So the front bumper's bad. It looks like it's been painted and someone hasn't keyed the paint up properly on it, so it's all peeling off, so the front bumper needs spraying. The rest of the bodywork looks reasonable. Back bumpers are slightly different blue. Got a bit of surfacey rust down there, that'll clean off I think. Looks alright. Inside is dirty, needs a good clean inside. I drove it, the clutch is biting low down like the Mannheim said. I have to say the Mannheim reports as a general rule are brilliant. I have to say they're better than BCA, more thorough. But it's entirely drivable. So just got to decide which I'm going to drive now. The only thing with the Mannheim ones is they do seem to drain the fuel on them. Never got any fuel in them. Or about 2/3 full on oil. It's not too bad a colour. Coolant wise, these are quite hard ones to see with the coolant. It's normally here. I need to get a torch onto that and just double check the coolant level on it. but it starts up okay, no engine management lights, anything like that. But let's crack on and get back home. It's a horrible wet day. I don't want to spend too much time faffing around with the mill. We'll have a look at back at the unit. So we're about halfway back now, and the little Hyundai is doing fine so far. We've put air in the tyres, a bit of oil in her, some fresh fuel, and she is zipping along. No warning lights, no temp lights, anything like that. In fact, she's going so well, I think we're about to have this Ferrari. Yeah, we're going to have this Ferrari. Sorry mate, you are nothing compared to a 1.2 Hyundai I10 being driven to a profit. Okay, maybe that was a bit ambitious. Right, let's get home. The little I10 got me back beautifully, no problems whatsoever. I have no concerns with this car. I don't know what they're on about with the clutch. I mean, yes, it's the lower part of the travel, but I think someone's being overly picky there. I don't think there's any problem with that at all. Didn't overheat, used minimal fuel, bombed along fine. So it's a case of get this bumper sorted out, and it's got an MOT, get that filthy interior cleaned up, but the MOT is long enough as it is, and get it up for sale. I'm going to take the Rio home tonight and see what I think of that, but I've had an absolute score on that. Now you remember me saying I checked the MOT and it said the sump was leaking, and I thought I might have to replace the sump if I wanted to put a new MOT on it. Well, I got underneath it when I first stopped and I couldn't see any oil on the floor, and I thought, that's interesting, it can't be leaking that badly. But then I got in the car and went through the paperwork and found this receipt from, let's cover up the customer's name, this receipt from a couple of months ago, and look at that. They put a sump pan on it and they did a service, which is why the oil was so clean. So it's had that sump done on it already. It had an advisory here for both rear tyres perished as well. Well, the rear tyres on this are new, so I think they've had the sump done, had the tyres done, so it's going to be worth me sticking it in for an MOT, this one, because most of the stuff that was going to fail MOT, I think it's been done by the owner. It is, again, for a grade 4, it's a super clean car, so we'll drive it home tonight and make sure it hasn't got any major issues with it. But driving it on and off the ramps, the clutch seemed fine to me, gears seem fine to me, so we'll find out later on. I mean, obviously not the most desirable car in the world, but it's going to be like $14.95 with a brand new MOT on it, 67,000 miles on the 2010, with some work on like that done on it, and it's got loads of service history, hasn't it? So again, that one wasn't stamped in the book, so we'll get that one written up in the book. But yeah, I'm pleased with this buy as it stands now. I'll put that caveat on it. I do have a lot of work on my hands though, because I need to get this IGO done, the wings in, so I need to get the IGO done, get the wing done, get the bumper done. I obviously need to get the top of the, get the front bumper on the I10 done before I can get that up for sale. This needs to be valeted and cleaned and MOT'd so I can get that up for sale. And what else do I have to do? Oh, and the KA from the customer, I'm waiting on the ECU coming back, we've got to fit that in it. So I do have a lot on my plate. A lot of you are sort of having a little bit of a dig of me paying the valeters over the road for cleaning the car, paying 40 quid from cleaning the car the other day. Again, reminder, they did inside, outside engine bay and a hand wax on it. This is why I have to do stuff like that, guys, because if I say tomorrow, right, okay, I'm gonna clean that up, that's half the day gone doing it properly, when I could be cracking on getting the IGO ready. So if I send that over to the valeters and then over for MOT, whilst I'm painting the wing and the bumper on that, that makes far more sense than waiting a day to get that done and then come on to this. I could have this up for sale by the end of tomorrow and potentially have that up for sale by the end of tomorrow by doing it, and that makes far more sense than saving 40 quid paying for a valet. So I know it disappointed some of you that I didn't clean the car myself the other day, but this is a business, and this is obviously all the space I've got, and this is about turnover. I think I covered it in the last video, but just cover it again. A lot of people have been asking about the property side of things again. Yes, I'm getting more and more pressure on me to get out of here. I shouldn't be selling cars here. They want me gone, they don't want me selling cars here. So I do need to find a unit. I found lots of nice units, and as soon as I've said I want to do car sales, they're not interested. do not want to, you know, I've got all the cash waiting to put as big a deposit down as they want. I can pay some months in advance, whatever. You'd think I was asking to store nuclear waste in these units. You really would. All I want to do is line up lovely clean cars like this in a row in the unit or outside. I don't want to do major mechanical work to them. All these other, you know, like they said, oh, if you're industrial, yeah, no problem at all. What? So I come in and I drill holes in your concrete floor and I put machinery up and I create dust and dirt and all sorts of other things. That's okay, yeah. But if I want to put a load of clean cars in there, that's a big no-no. So it's tough, guys, because there's no point in me getting one of these small little units so I can only fit 4 cars in and one out the front. That's not going to do me, is it? I need to be able to get space from all. Mini's doing my head in a little bit. I don't think I've had a car yet that's had so many time wasters on it. They come and have a go and want to have a go and they like the idea of it and then they just kind of fizzle out. I don't know what it is about them. It's not the car itself, because the car's low miles, it's super mint condition, it's got full service history. If you want one, you couldn't find a better one. My price is keen. It's sort of it's $3,995, which is set as a fair price for a trade sale of one of these. I don't know what the score is with them. They just seem to be total time wasters in comparison to the other small stuff I trade. It's a lot less hassle, so I'll be avoiding that. I don't know if that's something you comment below. If you do sort of sporty stuff, do you find sporty stuff gets you a lot more time wasters? My experience so far is that the sporty stuff gets me time wasters, but you might have a different experience. Let me know below, because it was sort of a direction I wanted to go in. I wanted to try and do a few more sporty cars, but if I'm going to get those kind of planks around, to be perfectly frank, I don't want to get involved. So drove the Rio home last night and have to say it drove absolutely brilliantly. Having driven a lot of the cars out there recently, you know, having most recently a 1.2 Corsa, for me it's a better buy than the 1.2 Corsa. It drove really nicely. This is the 1.4. Could not pick a single fault in it at all. It drove sweet as a nut. So I thought, get it on the ramp today, give it a check over before I put it in for an MOT. My battery's run out. And my battery's run out. So the little Rio drove home absolutely brilliantly yesterday and obviously back in again today. Cannot fault it. Suspension's perfect, brakes are perfect, gearbox is perfect, clutch is perfect, all the toys work on it. Absolutely brilliant. I still can't get over how clean it is as well when they said it was a 4. It's so clean. So what I've done today, I was going to video, unfortunately, I might have a little bit of video on it, but I ran out of battery. Had it up on the ramp, got it onto the ramp, and had a little look under the underside of the car. Underside of the car is good, sills are all good, all that kind of stuff. There'd been an advisory last year on the radiator support being rusty, so what I did is I wire brushed the whole underside of the car where the radiator support was pitted. I actually cut it out and bonded a new piece of steel in over the top, because it's not structural, obviously, it's just what the radiator sits on. It was just untidy. It wasn't structural or anything. I was just untidy and I didn't like it, so I put that on, cleaned that up, and then stone chipped. Went round and stone chips everything on the car. I might be able to show you underneath. Oh, just in case there's any doubt. Under here, I stone chipped all the rear axle and all that. And on the front, I did the same thing to the front subframe. Cleaned all that up. Obviously, when I was under there, I found that it did, it did indeed have the new sump on it. It's got a new exhaust on it, it's got new rear tyres on it, well, new rear section of exhaust, new rear tyres on it as well. So what I've done is booked it in for an MOT this afternoon, and let's see what the MOT comes back with. If it is anything now, I suspect it's likely to be bushings, because structurally, like I say, it's sound. Brakes seem good to me. But yeah, I'm chuffed with this little bike. This is going to make someone a brilliant car. It drives so well. I have to say, I do prefer it to the sort of 1.2 Corsas, and I think I like the little I10s, but I think I prefer it to the I10. People turn down their nose at these a little bit, but what would you be in it trying to get a Focus for this kind of money? I know Focuses handle well, and this isn't about the handling. If you want that, yes, you need to go for a Focus, but if you want an A to B family size car, this seems far better value for me. If you're buying a Focus, £1,500, £1,600, what would you be buying? Something properly ropey and old, wouldn't you? With more miles. Probably wouldn't be in this kind of condition either. This is what we like, an empty space. The 2011 500 is sold, so that's out the door. I think about £700 profit on that. I gave a longer warranty on that one, with warranty wise, because it was going down to Paynton, and that's a good distance from us, so it needs to have a third party warranty on it, because to have them bring it all the way back here was a bit of a headache for them. Great news guys, the Kia Rio has passed its MOT straight away with only one advisory for an exhaust hanger at the front, which I missed. So that's the only advisory on it. Only advisory on a 59 plate Rio. So my hard work, wire brush and everything underneath and stone chipping it means I didn't even have a single advisory for any corrosion underneath the body, you know, just like shocks or subframe or anything. So really pleased with that. This bike's getting better and better, touch wood. It's going to make a fantastic car for someone. It really is. Unfortunately the public don't necessarily know what's best for them when it comes to cars, but this is without a shadow of a doubt the car I'd be buying at a sub £2,000 price mark. You know, brand new MOT, great service history, really good condition, drives fantastic. You know, what are you going to get for under £2,000? It's got all that going for only 60 odd thousand miles, and it's 65,000 miles. Yeah, great little car. Another space, the other white 500 is sold. I think I said in an earlier video I might move back towards doing 500s as much as possible, and I think this has proved the point. Both 500s sold quick. Got some interest in this one. Just as a reminder, this isn't my own car, this has been sold on behalf of a customer. I will probably end up buying it off him if it doesn't sell quick enough for him. So yeah, I need to get more stock. So photo shoot time for the little Rio. We're going to get her up for sale and see how we do. Drove it home again last night because I lent my car out to someone. Just drives absolutely faultlessly. Really, I think I scored with this car. I know, you know, scoring on a 2009 Kia Rio doesn't sound like the kind of thing you should be scoring on. You know, it's not a fancy sports car or anything like that. But in terms of me offering good quality motors at low prices for people that are on limited budgets, I know this is going to make someone a fantastic family car. I know the work we put into it with that MOT going through, you know, without even any real advisories at all. It's going to make someone a fantastic car. It drives so well. I just wish people out there knew the difference between this and other cars at the same price. But anyway, let's get a photograph, let's get it up for sale and see how we do. So it's time to get cracking on it. I said, a few of you said you wanted to see how to do these Argos. They are the easiest cars to take. Okay, so 3 coats later of white, and this is what we have. I have to say I'm pretty pleased with the finish on that. And now we can see we've got some quite serious cracks going right the way through here. We got the soldering iron, melted the edges together. It's still cloudy, it's just clearing at the moment.